podcast, The 7 Layers of the OSI Model. Hello and welcome to the show. Today we talk about networking. Our topic is the OSI model. OSI has 7 layers. Let's learn them one by one. This is for people who are learning English, so I will speak in simple sentences. Are you ready? Let's start. What is the OSI model? The OSI model is a plan. It has 7 layers. It helps us understand networks. It is not a program. You do not install it. It is just a way to think. Why do we need it? It gives us common words. For example, one person says, "This is a layer 3 problem." Then all engineers understand. They know it is about IP addresses and routing. The layers have numbers. Layer 1 is at the bottom. Layer 7 is at the top. Data goes down on the sender's computer. Data goes up on the receiver's computer. Now let's look at each layer. We start from the bottom. Layer 1 is the physical layer. This layer sends bits. Bits are zeros and ones. It changes them into signals. The signals can be electricity, light, or radio waves. It uses cables and connectors. It does not understand the data. It only sends the signal. The data unit here is a bit. Layer 2 is the data link layer. This layer sends data over one link. It goes from one device to the next device. It puts data into a frame. A frame is the data unit here. It uses MAC addresses. A MAC address is the physical address of a network card. This layer also checks for errors. Ethernet is an example. Layer 3 is the network layer. This layer sends data across many networks. It goes from the start to the end. It uses IP addresses. It chooses the best path. This is called routing. The data unit here is a packet. IP is an example. Layer 4 is the transport layer. This layer connects two programs. We call it end-to-end. It goes from one process to another process. It cuts data into segments. A segment is the data unit here. It uses port numbers. TCP and UDP are examples. TCP also makes the connection safe and reliable. Layer 5 is the session layer. This layer manages sessions. A session is a talk between two sides. It opens the session. It keeps the session. It closes the session. It can also save checkpoints. Then it can recover after a problem. Layer 6 is the presentation layer. This layer makes the data ready. Both sides must understand the data. It does encryption, like TLS. It does compression. It changes the format, for example, text or JPEG images. Layer 7 is the application layer. This is the top layer. It is close to the user. It gives an interface to programs. It has protocols like HTTP for the web. It has SMTP for email. It has DNS for names. This layer takes requests from your apps. A little memory tip. It is hard to remember 7 names, so here is a trick. From layer 7 down to layer 1, say this sentence. All people seem to need data processing. Each word is one layer. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical. Nice and easy. Now let's see a real example. Let's send an email. You click send in your mail app. Now watch the data go down the layers. At layer 7, SMTP makes the message. It has from, to, subject, and body. At layer 6, the message is encrypted with TLS. At layer 5, we open a session with the mail server. At layer 4, TCP cuts the data into segments. It adds the port number. At layer 3, we add the IP addresses. Now we have a packet. At layer 2, we make an Ethernet frame. We add MAC addresses. At layer 1, we send the bits as signals on the cable. On the other side, it goes the other way. It goes from layer 1 up to layer 7. Each layer takes off its part, then it passes the rest up. Let's do a quick summary. The OSI model has 7 layers. They go from layer 1, physical, to layer 7, application. Each layer has one job. Each layer helps the layer above it. Each layer uses the layer below it. The data unit changes its name. It goes bit, then frame, then packet, then segment, then data. Low layers are close to the hardware. High layers are close to the app. Now here is a small question for you. Think about it. A website does not open. The cable is good. The computer has an IP address. The ping to the server works, but the browser shows a certificate error. Which OSI layer has the problem? Think for a moment. Here is the answer. It is layer 6, the presentation layer. A certificate is about TLS. TLS is encryption. Ping works fine, so layers 1 to 3 are okay. So the problem is higher up. It is in the encryption part. That is all for today. Now you know the 7 layers of the OSI model. Thank you for listening. Practice the names every day. See you next time. Bye-bye.